identified as black, would you affirm me in that and call me black?
No.
Why not?
Because you're not black.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, if I said I was a man and I said I identify as a man, would you accept that and affirm me in that? If I identify...
Yeah, gotcha. Oh my goodness. All right, let's watch this and get in the chat, guys. Okay, get in the chat. Let's know who's in.
This is the foundation of America. And we got the circus going on. We got city council members making legislation for illegal immigrants. We had the pride flag being raised.
Hello, gardening.
But this is America. The only flag that should be raised in Philadelphia is the United States flag. We got men wearing dresses, all these different... What is going on? This is Philadelphia. Philly.
Why'd they start booing you when you started to share your opinion in there?
Because they know that the trans agenda has no place inside of the city council chambers. That chambers is to discuss bills and resolutions and priorities of the city of Philadelphia, not honoring men because they prioritize having sex with other men. That is not what our founding fathers built the city of Philadelphia for.
What do you have to say to the Democrats in that chamber?
Shame on you. Shame on
Seattle is not what it used to be like. This right here used to be Old Navy, now it is gone. This used to be Anthropology. All the shopping right here is gone. This used to be the Loft. That corner right there used to be a big Starbucks. This used to be the Van store. One of the best smelling stores in Seattle, Abercrombie, used to be right here. Macy department store is no longer here. It used to be right here. Prime retail space right here in Seattle, nothing's in it. One of the thriving businesses in downtown Seattle is the smoke shop. Pike's Market is directly behind me. Ross just recently closed 3 months ago. TJ Maxx used to be in that building up above. That's been closed for years. Walgreens is just barely holding on.
That's the consequence of Democrat policies, guys.
And probably one of the reasons Walgreens is actually still alive in Seattle is because everything is locked up. Prime real estate for a restaurant. This used to be Hard Rock Cafe. Rocky Mountain Chocolate used to be right here. A local Seattle gift store here in Seattle can't even stay open. This used to be Lululemon. This street corner used to be a busy place. Now this whole entire street.
Keep the chat coming. Good to see you, JM. 219999.
It's not all negative in Seattle. Pike's Place is still thriving. You can still buy beautiful flowers. But I want to show you what a city can turn into when it's run by Democrats, when you have soft on crime policy, when you let homeless people roam the streets, drug addicts roam the streets, and drug dealers rule the streets. That is what is happening in Seattle. It's not like it used to be. Let me know your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, so that's the consequences of Democrat policies. Now we're gonna quickly hang on. I have a video to play. So what we usually do is we play a few videos to get you guys talking, and then we'll jump into some of the reports that are making the rounds. All right, so let's watch this.
Let me hold your hand when I say this.
I'm good.
We do not move to America because we think it's a better country.
Oh, here we go again. That thing that happens to my videos just happened. Okay, so let's get into the JM. Okay, let me be polite. Okay, while the video is loading. Okay, let's do a roll call. Okay, Gardening, thank you for being in the chat. Okay, I don't want to be rude. Okay. And then JM21999. Thank you for being in the chat. Guys, if you're watching and you're lurking, please jump into the chat and let's have a conversation. So JM says, hello friends, I agree with this man. The founders would be screaming shame. Truth is, the founders would have not let all this madness from the demonic left and satanist and satanic globalist agenda get this far. I agree. And do you know why the left relentlessly attacks the founding fathers, calling them slave owners? It is because they want to take away the argument that the founding fathers have authority over, one, the spirit of the Constitution, and two, they won't take away their moral authority to frown upon the travesty that is being carried out by the left today. So that's why they vehemently attack the founding fathers. Okay, I'm gonna try to reopen this one more time. So I tried to adjust the video while it was playing, and then it froze. So that hasn't happened in a while. So I'm wondering. Okay, I guess it's gonna play now. 1 second. Okay, let's go.
Raise your hand when I say this.
I'm good.
We do not move to America because we think it's a better country.
Tell me more.
We move here because it's a little less worse.
Still gotta work on that English, I see.
Because it's a little less worse.
Worse is already a comparative form of more bad. You can't say less, more bad, but go on.
It's a little less worse than our other countries.
Doesn't sound like a valid reason to leave your country to me.
Because you're stupid.
We're stupid.
You're stupid to think that we moved to this country for some hot dogs and some baseball. We have better.
So go back there.
We have better vibes.
So go back to your country.
Music.
So
Food.
go
Culture.
back.
History.
There.
Literally all of the above.
So
Okay, I have to stop this video because of the music playing. I don't want YouTube to essentially tell me they can't distribute the video because of the music in the background. I don't know if it's gonna give us a copyright strike. JM21 says this. Oh goodness, what's going on with my mouse again? All right. Live streaming, guys, live streaming. JM says, love that phrase, spirit of the Constitution. But it is the spirit of the Constitution. And like there's the spirit and the letter. And both of them have to go together. The left always tries to make it sound as if, well, when the founding fathers wrote the Constitution, they were thinking about gay rights. I'm like, no, they weren't. They weren't thinking about gay rights. They weren't thinking about any of those things. They assumed that their great grandchildren would not go insane. So they were thinking about regular, normal, daily life affairs. That's what the Constitution covers. And then you have these people who just decided that they were going to destroy everything. Okay. All right, let's see. Now, as always, the left continues to tell us why they have no business being in any position of power.
What's the best part about being alive?
I get to see Trump die before I do.
Whoa. Yay! Is that really what you're looking forward to the most?
Yes, absolutely. I want him gone.
me as well.
I want him gone.
So you just wish death upon another person who
Yes, I did.
who you never met?
Yes.
Do you think that that's a healthy mindset to have?
I think it is when he just has ice that goes and kills people.
I'm an immigrant,
our
ma'am.
citizens.
I'm an immigrant, ma'am, from Mexico.
Well, good for you.
ICE is not doing that.
Yes, they are. You don't apparently know what to do.
Put that the f away.
Do you guys not have anything better?
Why won't you walk away?
Don't show my fucking
Just walk
face.
away.
Don't show my face.
Can I explain what we're
Don't
doing?
walk away.
So this is the First Amendment, and we're allowed to film in public.
Walk away.
We're allowed to film in public.
Get a life.
Walk away.
Something productive with your life.
I am.
We do this full time, guys.
You can't tell us to walk
Walk.
away when you're filming people in public.
Yes,
We're
we
filming in
can.
public.
Disrespectful as fuck.
We're trying
It's not
to.
disrespectful. It's the First Amendment.
You came into our faces and shoved
We were in
them
a public
our
area.
face.
We were in a public
right
area.
now.
And I was about 10 feet
I
back.
am not nearly as close to you.
Yeah, you're
You
closer
just
now than we were to you.
It's
Yes.
really not true.
We have it all on
Review
video.
The footage.
We have it
Review
all
the
on video.
footage.
We will.
Go f yourself.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
You're
Get a
about
life.
5
Do
feet.
something
You're about
productive.
5 feet. I was
Do
about
something
15
productive.
feet.
It's an open life.
Guys, these people vote. These people vote. And that is the crazy thing.
You're getting in people's faces and then
Yes, and we carry our
like
cameras
that.
openly.
You want to be a victim so bad when you're the fucking
That's funny.
We're not victims.
They're victimizing themselves.
We're not victims.
Oh my goodness. I saw this video, haven't watched it, but I think it might be interesting. Someone essentially is ripping Mayor Brandon Johnson a new one.
You doing, Mayor Brandon Johnson? Okay, well, I don't know, because you're not looking well. You're not looking well at all. You look like somebody that's under a lot of pressure. And you're under a lot of pressure because you've misled a lot of people. You made people think that they got rights and power and authority that they don't have.
Hang on, let me just put up this chat because it refers to the last video. Remember what we said before. These people have the spirit of Antichrist and subvert everything. Good is evil and light is darkness to these people. They need to be touched by God. I agree. They need to be touched by God. And to be honest with you, you can't reach people you hate. So that's why I try to kind of soften my critique of these people. I say, look, their ideas are wrong. And I do try to pull back on attacking individuals, but try to focus on the ideas. And it allows us to have space or room in our hearts to pray for these people, because you can't necessarily pray for someone effectively whom you hate. And Satan wants us to hate these people. Okay, he wants us to hate these people. And look, guys, try really hard to avoid letting hate into your heart. It's really easy, and there are a lot of content creators out there who essentially sell hate. Okay, they say things like, and you know what, some of these content creators are content creators that I like. I like their content. I like the work they do, but you know, sometimes it seeps in. Like they say stuff like you don't hate the mainstream media enough. You don't hate this enough. And I'm like, well, I get what they're trying to say, but if you allow hate to sit in your heart, okay, it takes you to really dark places. And honestly speaking, light, okay, darkness, hate is of darkness, love is of light. So if you sit in hate, you're going to poison your soul. So please, I love what you just said, JM, and I want everyone to kind of, imbibe that before we move forward. I play these videos not so that we can have a reason to hate these people. I play these videos so that we can be aware of what's out there. Some of us don't see this, okay? Like my own wife doesn't see these things because she's too busy being a mom. She's working. She's doing other things. She's looking in a different direction, and because as the man of the house, I have to kind of look out for potential dangers. I look into all of these things, and when I mention some of these things to her, she can't relate because she's not looking. So I get it, and I'm like, okay, hey guys, take a look at this. This is happening. That's happening. That's happening. And I hope that while I'm doing that, I'm pointing you guys towards something hopeful. Okay, so please let me know if I'm not, but I try. Okay, so thank you, JM, for that chat.
And now you got to face the reality of that, right? See, the evidence of that is the mere fact that this morning, while we're sitting here waiting for you to come in here, some immigrant with a head wrap on came and had the audacity to tell me, Danny, and Zoe that we couldn't sit there. Somebody who don't even have the right to be in this country going to tell us where we can sit. That's due to your leadership. That's due to you filling people's head with a bunch of nonsense. So let's cut through the chase. We told you, I know for a fact that I did, that we was coming for these seats. That still stands, sir. All you got to do is look at how the Republican Party is moving. You don't see that redistricting? That's getting some of them seats for Republicans. You don't see that? You don't see how you then had to close your mouth, sir, about all this white supremacy and Trump stuff because he holding back on that money. That's how come that man that just came to this mic don't have his HIV money.
Wow.
Because you don't have no money. Because all the money that you had, you gave it to these illegal immigrants. And now the feds ain't giving you no more money.
You know what? It's encouraging. Look, occasionally we run into black people who say crazy stuff. Then it's a ray of sunshine when you find black people who are totally based. They're like, they share common sense values. All right. You don't take money that's meant to go to your own citizens and hand it over to illegal aliens. You don't. You don't do it. When my family was moving from Nigeria to North America, we prepared, we saved. We weren't planning on getting handouts. Okay, we weren't. And to go through the visa process, you needed to prove that you could take care of yourself. That is still part of the American visa process. You need to prove that you have the funds to take care of yourself. Illegal aliens don't do that. They don't check in at a port of entry. They don't prove that they can take care of themselves. They flood the country, and then these Democrats hand them your taxpayer money. So I find that offensive. Okay.
And while you still sitting there looking like you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about that $70 billion that the Republicans on Pennsylvania Avenue just passing that partisan bill to fund ICE for the next 3 years. Oh, we coming for them seats. You want to see what it look like about your seat? Stand up, Danny. There go your seat. We coming for them seats. We're tired of what you're doing. We're tired of looking at that ugly Obama Center that has displaced everybody over there. That's why your made-up preacher this morning didn't pray for South Shore. Did you notice that?
Wow.
Did you notice that?
She's calling
because you're running South Shore. You displaced everybody in South Shore, all over on the east side. Whatever this is that she's talking about, this Quantum Center, you could care less. And you're proving to the black community that you could care less. In fact, you're proving to Chicago that you could care less. And so at that poll, we're going to show you that we can care less about you. You got that?
Okay, guys. She's angry. Some of the people in the black community are angry. Well, what do you think? Okay, it's one thing to be angry and to make that stand, but are they going to back it up with the votes? Are they going to show up and vote these people out? That's where the rubber meets the road. I hope they can. Now, let's watch this. Okay, so here's some of the things that made the rounds in my news feed. All right, we're gonna listen to this, and there's still a lot of talk about, the Democrat Socialist Party. Essentially, the mask is off. Everyone now knows that the Democrat Party, as it used to be known, is dead and gone. And what we have right now in its place is a Democrat Socialist Antifa Islamist Party. It's a mouthful, but that is what it is. It is a party that essentially supports illegal aliens, criminals, and sexual deviants. That is who they are. Oh, sorry, and Islamists. So we're not looking at the same Democrat Party. And the sad thing is that we're going to be looking at Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, and the rest of them who pretend that Democrat Party still exists. But it doesn't. So let's listen to this individual. Her name is Nicole, with a K, Hannah Jones, and she's talking about America at 250 years old. Meanwhile, let me ask you, if you're watching, please consider subscribing to the channel if you feel like it, but the video helps us with the algorithm. And we're going to be doing a special show on the 3rd of July. Since we can't have a live stream on the 4th of July, we're going to have a special show on the 3rd of July. So I'll ask you to please consider showing up. We're going to be curating very patriotic and inspiring content. And if you have some, please go ahead and send them to us. Join the Discord server using the link in the description of this live stream, and send us the clips that you would like us to consider for the 3rd of July to celebrate America's 250th Independence Day. So please consider doing that. Let's have listen to this.
Where we are on the brink of the 250th anniversary of whatever founding.
This woman hates America. She does. The founding of America is possibly one of the most monumental incidents in history. Okay, the way up there is the birth of Jesus, and then you have others. Okay, and the founding of America in the modern age is possibly the most monumental incident that ever took place, and she's dismissing it.
I think it's the anniversary of the Declaration. I don't think you can mark a founding that way, because then you have to talk about who are the founders, but that's a whole nother level.
So she's going to be talking about how they were slave owners, and that is supposed to discredit their authority to found a country. All right.
Lecture. But as we sit at the cusp of that, and this whole idea of democracy is falling apart.
No, it's not.
And this belief that we had that we were somehow unlike any other country in the history of the world.
You are unlike any other country in the history of the world. Everyone else knows it, okay? And you're trying to gaslight everyone else to believe that it's not, but it is. And how do I know? Everyone is desperately trying to get to your country.
That lie is being crushed under its own weight right now.
No, it's not. People are still trying to break into the country. If you give them the opportunity, like your Joe Biden did, they would run into the country.
And all of the lies we have told ourselves.
Hang on. No one is trying to break into Iran. Did you notice no one is trying to break into Afghanistan? No one is trying to break into Nigeria. Okay? No one is. So their gaslighting is what is the thing that's falling under its own weight.
About who we are as a country are being crushed under the weight of the truth of who we are and our unwillingness to.
Oh, well, so please leave the United States, move to a different country, rip your passport up, denounce your citizenship, and see how long you last. All right. Now, Scott Wiener, these are things that popped up on my feed. And I think it was yesterday I showed you guys a bit of what my feed looks like. And I had to sift to figure out, okay, what works. And this turned up in my feed. Scott Wiener, we watched his embarrassing video yesterday where the leftists that he spent years lobbying for and championing their depraved lifestyles attacked him during a pride parade. And then here he is, he's gone to CNN to cry about it and to claim that it wasn't everybody, okay? Everybody else was peaceful and loving, okay? But it was just a handful of these people who attacked me. Okay, let's listen to this soy boy cry on CNN.
I know we're a little tight on time, but you mentioned other elected officials. I'm curious, in the wake of this, have you heard from any Democratic leadership? Have you heard, for example, from Nancy Pelosi or from your challenger, Connie Chan?
I have not heard from Nancy Pelosi or from Connie Chan, but I have heard from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of San Francisco residents, including numerous members of the trans community, lots of community leaders, just people who are horrified by what these individuals did to me and frankly, giving a black eye to the trans march because most of the people...
It's not a black eye, okay? That is what the movement is. That's what it is. It just revealed itself to you because your party has given them so much power and endorsement that they feel they don't need you anymore because you're a Jew. Okay? By virtue of you being Jewish, it's like what they do with the founding fathers. Okay, you guys are a product of your time, so because you had the audacity or the temerity to own slaves, you guys don't count anymore. Whatever you say or said doesn't count anymore. That's what they're doing to you right now. They're reaching back into your history and saying, yeah, you gave us some, you voted for some rights to help us, come out and force our lifestyles down everybody else's throat. But right now, it's time to come after you because you're a Jew and we don't like what Israel did, in Gaza, conveniently leaving out that Hamas invaded Israel, assaulted and killed many people there. I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube. Okay, there was an individual that the IDF recently, or the Mossad recently erased. I think it was today or yesterday. There was a strike and it was successful. This guy was caught on camera. He filmed himself microwaving Israeli babies during October 7th. There are things that we will never see. We will never see it because it is too horrific to see. And then these guys support the group that did all of that. And so now they're reversing course and attacking anyone who has any remote connection to Israel, even if it's someone who is an American Jew, who has grown up, and he's an American citizen. He's in office. He's supported them. But you know what? They're doing to you guys exactly what you guys have been doing to the founding fathers. So don't be surprised. Okay, that's who these guys are.
Well, at the Trans March are not like that. They are welcoming, wonderful people, and this gave a black eye to the Trans March, and that.
So I have videos and videos and videos of these people attacking anyone who doesn't look like them or who doesn't believe like them. They are not welcoming. They are not loving. All right. Okay. And I'll just say this, okay? And I'll say this real quick. People who force an alternative lifestyle on themselves, on their children, and on the rest of the world show an inherent rebellion against God. And anything that shows up that reminds them of God dredges up that rage, and they attack you with it. So that's why it exists. If you show anyone that you don't support these lifestyles, how is it that they suddenly look at you different? How is it that they suddenly begin to attack you? How is it that they suddenly begin to try to cancel you? If you work somewhere, they want you to lose your job. How is that a healthy way to live with other people? It's not. They're not welcoming.
It is also just horrible.
Yeah, so he did his crying on CNN. He did his, it's called the reprobate mind. Thank you for reminding me. It's called the reprobate mind. Read Romans chapter 2. Read Romans chapter 2. It is a mind that has rejected everything that is godly. It is a mind that attacks anything that reminds them of God. That's why they attack the 10 Commandments. That's why they attack prayer in schools. That's why they attack Bible reading in schools. But they will defend someone distributing the Quran in schools, like Jamie Raskin did last month. So it's insane. And it's a mind that will look at this. And here's Elon. Elon is reminding us, look, guys, let's not forget this happened, okay? Okay, Elon tells every citizen of America to never forget the treason of Biden-Harris dispatching forklifts to open the border for criminal invaders as Texas tried to keep them out. Guys, I watched this in horror. Guys, I'm not an American citizen, guys. I'm not. Okay, but when you systematically watch the dismantling of the United States of America, and you know the implications for other countries and other nations all over the world that depend on America being strong, not because they get money from the United States, but because it keeps every other country in check. The fact that the United States exists tells other countries that they can't mess around. The fact that it does certain things well forces other nations to line up. Trump gets in for his second term. He gets out of the Paris Accords. The entire thing falls apart. As soon as the United States leaves, the entire thing falls apart. A month or so afterwards, other countries begin to dismantle their carbon tax initiatives. Why? The United States always sets the pace. And so I saw this and I was horrified. So Elon posted this to remind us. We saw this, guys. We saw this insanity. This was the United States government destroying the border. And what was their reason? Oh, well, these people are, they're crossing the Rio Grande and, we don't want them to drown. And we just wanted to open up the border to keep them safe. That's what they were doing. But hey, why don't they stay on the other side of the Rio Grande? Guys, let's not forget. Now, guys, again, I will remind you, in case you're just joining and you're like, why is this guy being so hard on people who are trying to get away from their country, and so on. Guys, I'm an immigrant, okay? Let me remind you, I'm an immigrant, all right? The reason why the United States is a place that is desirable is because of laws. Immigration laws being the top law that everyone else has to understand and observe. American citizens don't because they're citizens, but everyone else has to recognize there are borders that keeps everyone else out. And once you destroy that fundamental law that immigrants need to understand, it's open season. It means that there are no more laws for immigrants. Immigrants can come in and they can do whatever they like. Why? They came into the country. There's no way of tracking them. They can do whatever they want. Gardening points something out. That on top of all the children they were flying in during all hours of the night. Look, let's not forget what happened under the Democrats for 4 years. I like this artwork. It tells me, like, this is exactly what I've been talking about, okay? The Democrat, Islamist, Antifa, sexual deviant party. Okay, this is what I've been talking about. Maybe I'll steal this. I'm going to bookmark it. All right, so let's move on. Like, I have a couple of stories left to show. Let's see, how many more do I have? Gosh, I have 16 more stories. Let's see if we can make it. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Now, let's look at this report from CNN. Because, like I told you, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries think that the Democrat Party that they came into still exists. They're still saying the same things. Centrist Democrats are dealt a shocking blow. Chuck Schumer's approval rating among the party is plummeting. CNN's poll shows Schumer's net approval falls 40 points in 5 years. This comes as younger Democrats, who are socialists, by the way, are heavily pushing for the dethronement of their establishment party and takeover of socialism. Let's watch this.
They have a Democratic leader in the Senate in Chuck Schumer, but I think Lissa Slotkin is channeling Democratic voters on this one because it's no longer the overall electorate that doesn't like Chuck Schumer. Look at this change among Democrats themselves. Chuck Schumer's net favorable rating with Dems now versus the last time Democrats were going for that Senate majority. In early 2020, look at this. Chuck Schumer was 40 points above water, very much on the positive side of the ledger with Democrats. Look at this. Look at this change. This is nuts. Johnny B off on the side going, my goodness gracious. Now he's a point underwater with Democrats. Chuck Schumer isn't unpopular overall. He is that. He's not just that. He's actually not popular with Democrats. Lissa Slotkin, who's a moderate Democrat, her comments not coming out of left field.
Again, to be clear, this is among Democrats.
This is among Democrats where Chuck Schumer is struggling.
All right, how's he doing among Democrats in New York, his home state?
Yeah, you think that this number is bad. What about here in his home state of New York? I tell you, these numbers scream primary challenge 2 years from now. Look at this. Okay, New York Dems who view Chuck Schumer favorably. Again, in early 2020, it was 75%, 3 in 4 Democrats. Now it is less than half. Less than half of Democrats in Chuck Schumer's home state of New York, 47% who view him favorably. This is part of a larger picture in which Democrats are turning against their leadership. They are specifically turning against Chuck Schumer. He is actually underwater nationally with Democrats. And even in his own home state of New York, the Empire State, he can't even reach 50% favorable rating.
So the Democrat Party, as we know it, or as we knew it, is gone. And it's been, the leadership is essentially being replaced by people like this.
Do you believe that the 9/11 terrorist attacks on America were the inevitable consequence of American foreign policy?
Inevitable in the sense that we destabilized a lot of the Middle East, that forced people to believe that another act of violence was the only response. And again, just like I said,
you see these cowards. Okay, someone attacks you, and your response is, "Well, let's not do anything because another act of violence isn't isn't going to solve anything. So you reward their evil by not punishing them to the fullest extent, giving them the leverage to go and do it to someone else, or to come back and do it to you. It's because she's not been affected by any of those attacks. She hasn't. All right. Most of these guys are elitists. They're elitists. They've never had any issues in their life. So as far as they're concerned, well, a few thousand people died on 9/11. Why should we go after the people that killed thousands of our citizens? And let's start with the thing she opened up with. Okay. Her opening statements show how much she hates the United States of America.
Before, our responsibility is to getting rid of those conditions that lead to violence in the first place.
Do you believe that
So her answer is, don't attack the people who attacked you. Hate yourself more. Look for ways. I saw this and I had to show it to you guys. Both are shit. Socialism is a pile of shit. Democratic socialism is a pile of shit with sprinkles. Sorry, I had to show this to you. If you're having your dinner, sorry, but I had to show it to you. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Sorry. I hope I have the right. Yeah, I do. All right, guys. So this report tells us that 62% of Democrats say they prefer socialism over capitalism. Let's have a listen. Let me raise this a bit.
Let me just tell you that 47% of the people identify themselves as independents. They have to take, and all of you on your shows talk about independence, because independence is where you win or lose elections.
But 62% of Democrats say they prefer socialism over capitalism.
If they do, then by God, there's not a Democratic Party left.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That is crazy.
He's right. If they do. Look, I opened up the show by saying the Democrat Party, as we knew it, as you knew it, as I knew it, no longer exists. It's not your grandma's Democrat Party anymore. It's Mom Donnie's Democrat Party.
It's true.
That is absolutely insane.
It's not a Fox poll.
If you want to ask me, well, that's another reason why I'm not registered as a Democrat. I can't put up with that crazy shit. That's nuts. And I've told him that. I said, when you believe that the government should take care of you and you don't want to get up at I was asked by Elizabeth Warren, what's happened to the West Virginia Democrats? Why we lose all the union? I said, you've lost the union workers, you lost the working people of America, because they believe the Democratic Party in Washington spends more time, effort, and resources on able-bodied, capable people that don't work or won't work than those that still are working, trying to make a living. Yeah. That's it in a nutshell. I can't give it to you any plainer than that.
I'll tell you, I'd feel
amazing. Look, guys, I said, I think it was yesterday or on Friday, I said, if what we're seeing is accurate, and I think I did a caveat and said, and I hope I'm right and I'm not wrong, there's going to be a mass exodus from the Democrat Party, of the centrists, people who are like, look, I can't stand this insanity anymore. We saw Bill Maher over the weekend saying exactly that. He says, look, his vote is now up for grabs. He's no longer voting Democrat because they're crazy now. So if that's happening, I would say it's good for the Republican Party and for MAGA. I would say it's good because they're bleeding voters, and the only way they can win is to cheat. Now, before we dive into the bit that the third part of this show, let's listen to what Tom Sowell has to say about some of the socialists always come up with grievance. It's a politics of grievance. Okay, they look for things that upset people, and then they squeeze those things that upset people. So let's listen to Tom Sowell. Tom Sowell. I have to pronounce it properly. Tom Sowell. Let's listen. Hang on. Let me get it queued up.
The history of conquest. Well, there are two fundamentally different explanations, whether you're talking about with domestic or international differences in income and wealth. And one is that this is caused by external factors, discrimination, exploitation, versus, for example, human capital. And of course, all of these things apply in some settings. In the history of conquest, you can see the contrast, I think, between the imperialism of Spain and the imperialism of the Roman Empire. Spain simply transferred vast amounts of wealth, largely in the form of gold and silver, from the Western Hemisphere to itself. As a result of these transfers, the amount of silver in Europe tripled, causing inflation across the continent. The Spaniards also took out gold by the ton, except for that was intercepted by British pirates on the high seas. But in the end, Spain, when the gold and silver ran out and the Indians died off working in the mines, Spain was left as one of the poorest countries in Western Europe. And so we cannot explain the present conditions of all the various groups and countries just by the evils that they have done in the past, or even the cases where they have in fact transferred income and wealth. I think the strongest argument.
So what he's described is fascinating, because the Marxists want you to believe that the transfer of wealth made certain countries stronger than others, and that's why they're bad. But he's explaining that if any country does what Spain did, that it will destroy them. Countries that simply arbitrarily move wealth without creating it or earning it and flood their markets with gold or with money, they destroy their own economy. And when that policy peters out, it leaves them in ruins. It's a very simple thing. The Marxists don't teach this. They just stop at they took the wealth. They don't go beyond that to talk about the consequences of those kinds of actions. All right. So I love listening to Tom Sowell. I love hearing his analysis and essentially the historicity of some of the things that he points out, because it's relevant for today. Because when you talk to Marxists or communists, they always come up with the same excuses for why they want to tax the rich, why they want to do one thing or the other, why Western countries are bad and capitalism needs to be destroyed. And they want to conflate capitalism with plundering. It's not the same. It's not the same. What Spain did to the Aztecs and to the native tribes on the continent of America isn't the same as what capitalism is. Capitalism is something that people cooperate with. They see a product you have, they want it, they like it, it's valuable to them, and then they exchange their treasure for your product. That is how capitalism works. So I don't know. I can't explain it better than Tom Sowell himself. So I'm glad we're able to share in his genius. A man was arrested in Los Angeles for shooting a BB gun at naked people during a nude bike riding event. Guys, I can't believe that I'm saying this. Okay. I can't believe I'm saying this. This is the height of depravity. What on earth is a nude bike riding event supposed to do for the country? What is this supposed to do for the next generation? What? This is just grooming on a mass scale. And this guy, in my opinion, was doing the work of the police since they wouldn't do the job. And the government doesn't like it when someone is showing them how to do their job. That's why they hate Trump. That's why they hate Elon. Let's have a listen.
Charges after allegedly shooting 2 people with a BB gun at a naked bike riding event in downtown LA. This happened around 11 this morning near the intersection of Temple Street and North Alameda Street. Police say a male suspect dressed in all black and riding a scooter fired the BB gun at the nude cyclist. 2 victims were treated for lacerations at the scene. The suspect will be charged with assault of a deadly weapon, and more charges are pending. So the people who are engaging in indecent, JM, is disgusting. It's even more disgusting that the people who are exposing themselves indecently are being protected. And the guy
who is trying to protect the eyes of innocent children is being charged. Tony, good to see you in the chat. Tony says jail, but they won't go to jail because, while I was watching that video with them all pixelated out, my mind went to, I wonder how those bike seats smell. I'm sorry. My mind went there. I'm like, oh goodness, this is horrible. Like, gosh. Anyway, let me pull my mind out of the gutter, because that's where we've just been. How is it that a country built on Christian principles can fall so far to allow these people who clearly need mental help to expose the rest of the world, with their to their insanity? And then you have children watching this craziness, and those children grow up and thinking that it's normal. Gardening says it is sick that they allow that, especially around children, and isn't it funny that he gets arrested, but those who are naked in front of children go free and are actually celebrated? That is the depravity. Look, guys, I want to remind you, okay, there are more of us than there are of them. There are more of us than there are of them. They are the loud minority. So we need to remember that. Let's move on real quick. All right. Hakeem Jeffries is celebrating the Supreme Court's decision on mail-in ballots. Remember when Hakeem Jeffries claimed that the Supreme Court was the Trump court when he didn't get his way? Now that he gets his way and the Supreme Court has some headlines, I saw Tim Pool, his show says SCOTUS betrays America. Well, I don't know. They decided that they would uphold the decision on mail-in ballots. I don't like it. I don't support it, but it is what it is. And I'm going to listen to this. Let's listen to this together, and then you let me know your thoughts on this.
So 2 questions.
Well, in a narrowly concluded 5-4 decision, the Supreme Court did the right thing with respect to preserving each state's ability.
So they're no longer the Trump court.
Consistent with the United States Constitution, to manage the electoral process relative to voting by mail. Voting by mail has never been a partisan issue until Donald Trump decided to peddle conspiracy theories related to his own failures to win back in 2020.
Well, thank you for reminding us of 2020. I'm not going to legislate that or litigate that. Here's what I'm going to say, okay? The mail-in ballot system was put in place for people who could not physically get to polling stations, people who were deployed overseas, and so on, people who were sick and unable to go to polling stations. Why are we still doing mail-in ballots, which was a provision for COVID? Why are these blue cities and states defending it? Because they want to cheat.
And it's clear to me that because Donald Trump has been such a failure relative to his presidency.
Oh, shut up. He won the popular vote. He won the Electoral College. He has the price of gas the price of gas and oil is going down. All right. The rest of the world respects the United States. The other ones fear the United States, which is a good thing. Okay. People like me are cheering. He's doing good.
Donald Trump promised to lower costs on day one. Costs haven't gone down. Costs have gone up.
Sorry. What planet are you living in? Of course, he has to say that because he always hates Trump, Trump bad, Trump incompetent. That is his spiel. This guy doesn't realize that his seat is up for grabs now, because last week, essentially, Democrats in New York were screaming at him, telling him he was next to be primaried. So the socialists there's a socialist uprising in his camp, and he's still doing the same dog and pony show. He's still doing the same thing that he's always done. Trump bad, Trump economy going down when everybody can see it's working. That is why Chuck Schumer's approval rating is in the gutter. Because people are sick and tired of people trying to gaslight them when they can see for their own with their own eyes that things are working differently. And he has no clue. JM says the bootleg Obama has no play. The demonic communists want him out. They do. So he's still doing the same thing. And you know what? He's going to keep doing the same thing until he finds himself on his butt kicked out of office. That is what's going to happen. These people are going to double down on the insanity until they get kicked out. And who are they going to blame? It was Trump. Trump inspired the more extreme parts of the left. That's what they're going to say. They will never own up to the fact that it was their own fault that they got destroyed by the extremists that they created. They enabled, created, empowered, and now they're all on their way out.
Because of Trump policies like the tariffs that have increased costs on everyday Americans by thousands of dollars per year.
Again, in case you're joining, let's explain tariffs. Tariffs are for foreign products, not every product. So if there's a product that can only be manufactured outside of the country, there are no tariffs on those. If there are products that compete with local manufacturers, there are tariffs on those products. That means that there will be local alternatives to those products. The Americans might want the French-made baguettes. You can't get those because they're too expensive. Get the locally made baguettes because there are no tariffs on them. This clown, I'm doing what I said I don't like doing. This clown is lying, telling the same old lie, telling us that President Trump has raised prices. No, he's raised prices on things that compete with American businesses. He is empowering American businesses again. I'm sorry, guys. I try not to run so much commentary, but they keep repeating the same lies. And I think it's our duty, and I say our duty, to remind everyone listening that they are lies and how these things work. Economics has to be taught in a more competent way in high school, even in middle school. People need to understand how the economy works. Anyway, let's keep going.
Donald Trump promised to love and cherish Medicaid, and then as a result of the one big ugly bill, enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history.
Another lie.
Donald Trump promised that he wasn't in office to start wars, he was in office to stop them. And then he turned around and got the country involved in a reckless and costly war of choice.
You see, it's the same stupid lies, war of choice. A country has been attacking you and your interests for 47 years. They waged war on you and your interests for 47 years. Republican and Democrat presidents for years have stuck their head in the sand pretending that Iran doesn't exist. Why? Because going up against Iran full frontal is almost like political suicide. They all took the coward's way out. Trump, on the other hand, says, this is my second term. I'm not going to be, vying for re-election. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut off the head of the snake and tell them that if they mess with America, there'll be hell to pay. And he essentially has paused the war because he's decimated their Navy, their Air Force. He's crippled their nuclear program. He's decapitated 2 layers of their leadership so far, or is it 3 now? And he just doesn't get it. When he finally gets primaried out, we're going to have a show and we're going to talk about it because we're going to say, look, we told you that you should have simply woken up to the reality of what's going on in your party and start behaving like a decent human being. You don't have to agree with Trump on everything, but if you have a disagreement, disagree on facts. Don't manufacture lies. It's really very simple.
In Iran, which has increased gas prices on everyday Americans in ways that are causing real financial pain.
Yeah, like Biden allowed Zelensky and Russia to have at it, which increased gas prices all over the place. So how come you're not talking about that? Because it's not convenient. How come he's not talking about the fact that gas prices are dropping because the Strait has been reopened? Of course, there's been fresh bombing, so maybe there's some incidental increase in prices there because Iran is such a bad faith player, okay? But he's not going to say that. He's going to lay it all at Trump's feet. Trump has been the one trying to, have a ceasefire or have a peace deal. He's the one who's trying to ensure that there's a far-reaching, long-lasting peace in the Middle East. He's the one doing the most of any other president in my lifetime to make sure that happens in every way possible, through trade and, if possible, through military force or deterrence. He's doing all of that. And all you guys can do is wear your suits, flash your teeth, wave your arms, and point like mannequins, and just lie. It's crazy, but that's what they're doing.
He has zero track record of success, which is why Donald Trump has decided that they're going to try to cheat to win. And the Supreme Court dealt a big blow to Donald Trump's scheme to rig the midterm election.
So they're setting up the narrative to say if the Republicans win, the midterms were rigged. It's okay for them to deny election integrity because it's convenient for them. But whenever Donald Trump says 2020 election was stolen, he's an election denier. These guys are literally preempting a denial. They're preparing to deny. But you know what? Mainstream media is not going to call them out because they're all in the pocket of the Democrat Party. Now, let's listen to what President Trump had to say. There are a few reports. Let's see. We have 3 minutes to the hour. We've looked at the Democrat Party for a bit, so we're going to have several reports. All right. JM is fuming. All of these people remind me of what Jesus called the Pharisees and Sadducees, a brood of vipers. Look, that is correct. That is correct. That's what they are, really. All right, now, I want to get through a couple of these. Okay, I'm gonna skip. Let's see. I'm gonna skip this. We'll take this report tomorrow. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna take this one. We're gonna take this one piece of good news from President Trump, and then we will do our body cam footage. Okay, I try to do one body cam video each night, and I have one that might be fun to watch. Might be, but let's see. All right, President of the United States, POTUS, signs a presidential memorandum authorizing the freedom to fix. Let's listen to that. And you let me know if you like this idea that if you buy something, if you buy a vehicle, you should be free to take it apart and fix it yourself without somebody telling you you can't.
Mr. President, this is a presidential memo to the Environmental Protection Agency, a presidential memo supporting the freedom to fix. Americans have the freedom to fix their vehicle. President Trump insists upon it. We are not going to be going after people who are fixing their own vehicle like past administrations have. Additionally, we've been concerned, President Trump has been concerned about aftermarket parts, cheap knockoff aftermarket parts coming into the United States, harming small businesses, harming Americans. This presidential memo puts an end to it. Also, the only third-party certification for these aftermarket parts is CARB in California, a process that's backlogged and faulty. So we're going to break that monopoly, and no longer will CARB be the only third-party certifier for these aftermarket parts. Again, President Trump is insisting on fixing it. This presidential memo does that. President Trump was calling me up on a Saturday night when this idea first came to his head, and he says he wants to do a press conference right away to get this over.
He's working on a Saturday night. All right. These leftists want you to believe that, oh, he's old. Look, he's sleepy. Oh, he fell asleep during a press conference. It's laughable that they didn't see anything Joe Biden did. They didn't see the falling up the stairs. They didn't see the multiple times that Joe Biden would be on a beach sucking on ice cream when he should be in the Oval Office. Or he took more vacations than I can count. All right. But, he blinked while there was a press conference. Oh, look, he's asleep. These guys are just funny.
The top. In February 2nd, we signed a right to repair for our farmers so that they can repair their tractors and their non-road equipment. And this is covering everyone else.
I mean, think about it. It came to my attention because I noticed they were arresting people for fixing their car.
That is crazy.
They were arresting people for fixing it. That's not even believable.
See, anyone that tells you that President Trump is a fascist totalitarian, that he's a friend to the billionaires, what he's just describing takes millions and millions, possibly billions of dollars in revenue from car companies and outlets, because preventing people from being able to fix their own cars forces them to go into chain mechanic stores or outright replacing their vehicles when they don't need to, putting money in the hands of billionaires. So he's doing all of this for the American people, and they continue to attack him, calling him a friend of billionaires. He's partnering with billionaires. He hates the American people. Guys, let me know if I'm blowing hot air here.
Anyway, so it's right to fix, and I think it's really common sense. If somebody wants to fix, some of these people are better mechanics than the mechanics in the shop. They're telling the mechanic in the shop how to fix their car or their truck. We signed the truck one a little while ago. So I'm going to sign this, and I'll be happy about it. We rule by common sense to a large extent.
Yeah.
All right, Lee, good job. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Guys, so let me know in the chat. I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know that Americans were being arrested for fixing their own cars. I didn't. JM says, no, you're right. The right to repair and anti-privacy are the next big fight for the automotive industry. And intergalactic Trump is in the chat. Good to see you in the chat. Good to see you in the chat, brother. All right. You came in just in time for us to watch I don't know. I haven't seen this. I saw the preview of this body cam footage, and I was like, I think we should all watch this together. A rich family loses it, then the whole family gets arrested. So let's watch this together, okay? And guys, as always, let's talk about this craziness that we're about to watch.
On June 2nd, 2025, officers were dispatched to a residence to provide standby assistance while a man retrieved his personal belongings from a home he had recently been removed from, ensuring the process proceeded without incident.
Stay down here, you want us to move on the property.
So, do they know you're coming?
I didn't say anything. I think he was too afraid to tell them they were coming because she was starting to let his dog out or something.
Wow.
So we haven't said nothing yet. Look, man, I don't want no drama or any of that.
All right, you got your ID with you?
He's just trying to get his stuff and get his dog.
I understand. So you haven't talked to them at all?
No, their daughter messaged me, and I was at work. And it's just all over because, man, I'm trying to get to work and shit. You know, I gotta work and everything. Yo, he's asking, have you talked to her about coming here? Not about coming here, no.
Okay, so she doesn't know you're showing up?
I guess not.
At all? How long ago did you move out?
I actually came back last week, and today I just left. I went to work, and she told me to just grab my stuff and leave, and I'm done. So.
Oh, this morning
So
she told
as
you stuff,
today,
grab your stuff and leave?
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't actually moved out yet then?
No.
Okay.
But they're gonna. But it's this game of cat and mouse basically, where they tell him to leave, and then he goes to leave, and then they like force him to stay. This happened like 2 or 3 times already. He's just trying to actually get it to happen, and we feel like the president police officer would actually.
Okay, how much stuff do you have?
My dog and probably some clothes.
Dog and some clothes? All right, well, let me go make contact first so they know what's going on. And then, I mean, up until now you live there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Let me go make contact first so that we don't have any sort of ruckus go on, and then I'll motion you to come down. So.
Okay.
How's it going? Dossman's?
Huh?
Dossman's?
Yep.
So, let's get his stuff.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, give me a second. If you want to come to the garage.
Okay, so I'm on motion for him to come down here so he can get his stuff. I'm going to stand by. And then, I guess Lillian got an OP against him, so I'm going to serve that. So.
Cool. All right. Hey, I'm over at the garage if you want to come.
Yeah, that's fine. Alrighty.
Why are the cops? Why are
That's her wall.
I didn't do shit.
Yeah, he's just here to get his property.
You can give me mine. You can come in the house. Until you have a warrant. Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Alright, well, he lives here, so.
No, he does not. He does not live here. On the address they put next door, you don't live here. No one's coming here.
Okay.
This could have been done civilly. No.
That's why I'm here to do
You're
this.
not coming in the house.
Okay.
We don't need you here. Go.
So he goes here for a civil standby, so he can get his stuff.
He's not getting his shit. He has my shit. He's not getting. No, do not. No.
What do I?
The shit that's in your car. That shit. Yeah, and you can get she's off running. Sorry, we don't got it.
Jeez.
All you had to do is be straight up with me.
So,
don't.
She's, what? Is she attacking him?
You put your hands up.
Okay.
Turn around. You're under arrest.
No, you did this, nigga. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Get on the ground, you're getting tased. Get on the ground, you're getting tased. Right now. Now.
Okay.
71 City Smoothie Instruction. On your arrest for aggravated abandonment of a police officer. Get on the ground, you're getting tased.
And then the guy also steps in.
I don't care. Get on the ground, you're getting tased. Now. You're under arrest. You're under arrest. You put your hands on me and you're getting tased. You put your hands on me, you're getting tased. Get the f off my property now. No! Get out of my face. Get out of my jail too. Oh shit.
She's pregnant.
You're under arrest. You're under arrest.
Out of here, you piece of shit.
Okay, so there goes the civility.
Dipshit.
This is insane, guys. This is crazy. Okay. So,
71 years can
essentially,
downgrade.
she assaulted the police officer. The mom puts.
Oh, she's got a felony coming now.
Yep.
She hit me.
Baby, man.
She hit me. She's got a felony coming. She did.
Grabbing her.
She did.
Yo, whatever, stop.
When I went to intervene for her hitting you, she hit me. She's got a felony coming.
No, she can't hit you.
Man.
She wants.
No, dude, this is bullshit. We're not. He ain't gonna sit there and grab her up. She's got my baby, dude.
Okay,
I ain't gonna
he
be
didn't do
doing
nothing
this
to the
shit.
kid, okay? He was trying to protect you. Stop.
Trying to tase her?
Take a second.
Well, when she puts hands on, then
stop.
Yeah.
You need to take a breath. We are out here right now.
You know, it's no wonder that the girl grew up the way she did that and became the woman that we see.
Okay, he was just trying to do his job. You need to stop.
Hell nah, bro. You're not.
all right. So, and she's got an OP against you, so you're gonna get served with that.
Why haven't I been served? That's what I'd like to know. It's been a week, man. And y'all haven't served me shit.
It's not his. So the guy who called the police is freaking out that the police is enforcing the law he called the guy to enforce. So he called the police to enforce.
Who knows, dude? You just need to calm down.
So when I talked to you the other day, I don't know if it was either issued or they didn't tell me it wasn't. Okay?
What? I not want that shit happening. Okay, man. But it's not your fault. Listen, stop talking.
It's not your fault.
He did not do. She came after the cop, dude. No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Miguel.
And probably they're all three going to go to jail. Her and her parents.
Dude.
He was standing right there.
What the?
Look, this is a toxic relationship. All right, that the guy is trying to get himself out of. This is what happens when people don't suffer consequences for actions. That you're totally correct, JM. You have kids today who have never been spanked. Their parents sign off on all of their insanity, and then when they get into the real world and meet consequences, they begin to freak out. Why is this happening to me? Let's keep watching.
She started that.
Yeah,
and they're all getting charged.
They also had like 25 animals.
Okay. Cool. So they denied entry, and we were getting ready to leave, and he's like, I'll do this later. He walked away. She went and hit him. I went to intervene. She hit me, and then Mom got in between. So her mom and dad went in the house. So Mom and Dad got an obstructing charge coming, and she's got an ag back to a PO. So and then they closed the garage door on me.
All of them, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, hang on. So they're not going to answer the door, but we're going to knock on it. And if they refuse, then that's fine. But we got to try. So
we have a domestic ag bat.
We got a domestic because she hit him, right? Yeah. Well, it was. Did she hit him? She hit him, but I went to it was more of a. And I went to intervene, so that nothing else escalated. And then she hit me and knocked my mic off my vest. So is 61 still out at the?
I think he was on his way.
Well, we'll wait for him if he's on his way. So she hit when he was leaving. The daughter did. I can't remember her name. Then she punched Hancock. And then Mom and Dad took her and ran inside, locked everything up, and shut it up. So he wants both of the parents for obstructing and her for domestic battery and egg bat to appeal. But they're not. He didn't think they're going to answer, which I would agree. They're probably not going to answer. I'm going to go see if they witnessed anything. Spencer's checking for cameras here real quick, and they called 911. So we're going to get statements from them before we try to make contact with them.
He's laughing.
Yeah. So, yeah, their whole family's getting arrested except for the kid.
My daughter.
131 on that one. Okay, let's come over here. Let's stand over here. So, help me understand what's going on. I wasn't. I was not here, obviously. Okay, so all I get is my officer calling for units in what it sounds like an emergent situation. Okay, so help me understand what happened in your driveway.
Okay, came to get stuff.
Okay.
They were coming up to the garage. My daughter said he's not coming in the house. The officer's like, well, he lives here. She goes, not according to his address. On his license, it is a Belleville or whatever address. He is not coming in unless you have a warrant.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Starts talking some stuff, knowing it's going to off, which, again, you guys are here without somebody from my daughter's mental health. Why?
Okay,
if you guys are responding to my mouth. Okay, anyway.
Let's focus on talking about what's going on.
And then so she went to go after me. Okay. I was telling her, stop. I knew what she was going to do. You know, she hit him. Then the officer was coming up to her.
To intervene like you should.
Yes.
You know, I'm sorry. Okay. I know she can't hear me, but you raised your daughter the wrong way. Okay, you should have spanked her more. You should have been harder on her. If you told her to stop and she kept doing what she was doing, it means that she doesn't have any respect for you or your husband or anyone else in that house. And that's why she acts like a lunatic. Okay, and then now that the consequences are coming, everyone's getting arrested, I guess.
And all that was doing was setting her off, and then he pulled out the taser and was going to tase her. I'm like, she's pregnant, and so I'm in front of her to make sure she didn't get tased. I'm sorry, yes, I did intervene. I'm not going to let my daughter get tased with my grandbaby inside of her.
All right. So let me make sure I'm following. Okay, when did the garage door get closed?
When they were standing up there, and as I was holding her so she would not get tased.
Who closed the garage door?
Through it all, I don't know.
Okay. Look, here's what I think, guys. Okay, I'm sorry for pausing it. If she had calmed her daughter down and tried to de-escalate the situation with the officer right there and then, maybe the officer might have let her off. I think that's just me. But they went back in the house. Okay, and they created this situation.
They kept trying to let the officer know she's pregnant, please.
But we can agree that the right move isn't blocking or shutting the garage door. It's understanding that she has just committed a crime.
Her mental status is not good.
Okay. We're not trying to bum rush or anything.
But right over here, that's why she did it, because her mental status, and I know that's not an excuse. I know that's not an excuse. But we already tried to tell him just leave, and they wouldn't leave.
It doesn't work that way. He has, by court order, the right to respond. He was here long enough to be, and we're going to talk about that too.
I'm sorry,
So listen.
Explain this. It doesn't matter what address is on his license. If he's lived here more than 2 weeks, he's an established resident.
Okay,
he
so
has
then
rights
what?
to live
So
here.
listen.
He's gathering his stuff. There's an active OP. He's no longer allowed back
Right.
here. The situation is done. What had to be accomplished today was him gathering his things, and that was done. He's not allowed back here.
That's what
he
the
could be
OP
arrested
does.
if he came back here.
What about getting her stuff? And that's what she was trying to ask the
Hold
officer.
on. But here's the deal. We can't get to that if we're screaming not allowing somebody to come in when a court order says that he's allowed to come get his property. So if she, but listen, Alicia, but listen, and we can work on that. But if is engaging and pushing and not shutting up, which is what she's good at doing, we can agree.
Yes.
Then she needs to be, by you guys, removed from the situation and taken inside, and then we can have a civil conversation. Do you know what I'm saying? So she needs to stay away from it.
And then just like
I get it.
Honest to God,
He
he
doesn't
doesn't
have
have anything. I'm
Close.
the one who clothed him.
Well-
No, he's coming over
It
to
doesn't matter if you
But-
buy his stuff. It's still his clothes now.
He came over here for the sole purpose to set her off even more.
He called us ahead and said, "This is what we're doing. This is what I need to do." He had a friend come pick him up. I mean, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. There was an officer here with him before contact was made. That's spot on to what's supposed to happen. And this is going to go off script for just a minute, but I'm going to give you just a wee bit of advice. Just a little bit. I don't think boyfriends need to move in anymore, because I've been here for several boyfriends, and it's never been a good combination at all. I think that.
Yeah. And just like I said, mom over here lets her daughter do whatever she likes. And then she brings boyfriend to live under the same roof and fornicate. Let's call it what it is. And how did her daughter, who isn't married, whose boyfriend is moving out, get pregnant? It was an immaculate conception, I guess. Oh, man. Parents, okay, we need to do better. Okay, Gardening says several boyfriends. This is crazy. Oh, my goodness. Now, when kids grow up, you, as parents, you can't control their decisions, okay? You can only hope that you did a good enough job so that when they're old enough, when they're old enough, they make the right choices, okay? Intergalactic says, lock the parents up too. Well, let's see if it gets to that.
Step one in repairing whatever she's got going on. Boyfriends probably don't need to list it. And I know she's got a lot of mental health stuff going on. She's had a lot of trauma in her life. I'm not trying to downgrade any of that. I am very familiar with what she...
Okay, I didn't hear that part. Several boyfriends that the cops had to come deal with in the same house. Oh my, okay.
she's experienced, but we can't use that as a crutch every time.
Yeah.
I know, I mean, and that's probably why he brought the cop over here. Because
No, by court order. by court order.
I'll explain this.
Does he want to hook her right now?
I don't think we should. If it is her daughter's threatening.
No, her. Well, so here's the deal. She probably needs to go to the hospital.
That's what
So that's what we're going to have to talk to him.
Secure.
If you want to see if we can go inside. Or, I
Let
mean,
them deal with their mess.
Right.
They created that mess.
I'm not disagreeing.
They ran her inside. Let them deal with that.
No, I don't know.
You do two things. You can write her a ticket for obstructing, or we can take her in. I don't care.
Look, you see this guy here? Okay? That is what America, or that is the kind of character that built America. Okay? The rule of law. You don't break the law knowing that you're breaking the law and then come out crying, oh, this is why we had to break the law, you know. No, that's not how it works. And he's like, look, they made their bed, let them lie in it.
Wasn't here.
It's a Galactic Trump says, it's not them, it's you.
It's not, I mean, it's up to you.
Well, I'm just telling you, she's
want to put
gonna
the blame on anyone else.
She wants
Gonna go in there and engage in that. We're not. We don't do that.
Well, I'm just telling you, she's going to fight every tooth and nail, and you guys are going to use excessive force, and then she's going to end up.
Okay.
We're not even gonna.
He was going to tase her because she was fighting him and he was alone. What do you think he should do?
He sat there and she assaulted me.
He's going to keep justifying. You're just gonna, no, it's not fine.
No, but I'm saying.
What is wrong with you?
I'm not saying it's fine, but she hit him once, and then you want to go
And then she hit me.
Guys, we have a white Jasmine Crockett right here. This is a white, okay, sorry, I'm going to take the comment up. We have a white Jasmine Crockett right here. Okay, she only hit him once. You know how Jasmine Crockett said, well, Carmelo Anthony only stabbed Austin Metcalf with an itty-bitty knife. So why is he getting 35 years? Okay, so she's saying she only hit him once.
Because you were like right there in her
yes,
ass.
to intervening in her domestic battery that she was committing.
Yes,
she was under arrest at that point. And now
you're about to hang on. Let's listen to this pearl of wisdom.
she's looking at a
When
felony.
she was saying bye-bye, you could have just stepped off.
What?
Not keep walking up to her
She's
into
the one that
garage.
ran out to the street.
Yes.
She
All right.
said bye-bye
And
to
then she
you
ran out to the
first, and you
street.
kept stepping up into the garage.
No, he turned and left, and then she chased
Running his
after him.
mouth.
You can run your mouth. That's perfectly illegal.
All right. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
You're not free to go.
How? I'm not under arrest. I didn't do anything.
Actually are. You're under arrest for obstructing when you prevented me from arresting her. All right.
Okay, guys,
So,
in the chat.
She's going to have charges
Take her,
pending.
And let's go out of here.
Because I'm not going to let my daughter.
Jail too, if he comes out.
Because I'm not going to let my daughter get tased. So I'm under arrest, and I'm not coming out.
Obstructed me from making an arrest.
I am arrested because I stopped her from getting tased being pregnant.
You gotta stay inside. Why don't you get up on the property?
David, don't arrest you too.
Goddamn. You guys think bad.
No, stop!
You got an arrest coming too. You got obstructed.
Stop!
Don't.
Stop! You're hurting me!
Then stop trying to pull away.
Arrested.
Stop trying to pull away, or you're going to catch her resisting. Stand up. Then stand up.
I have a fucking heart problem, you stupid son of a.
Okay.
All right, do you not understand that?
Stand up.
It hurts.
This family should write a course on how to be a victim. All right. They've gone from mental health of their daughter to the other guy was running his mouth. That's why she ran out of the house onto the street to assault not just her ex-boyfriend, but also a police officer. And then now she has a heart problem.
Stand
I
up.
have a fucking device in my damn chest.
All right. We'll just
Trying to help. It hurts. It is too tight. Cutting off my circulation. It hurts. I'm
Your
not
wrist is spinning
fighting.
around in there.
Stop
It
spinning
hurts.
around. Stop resisting.
It hurts. Please. I'm not going to fight. It hurts.
It's called being arrested.
It hurts. It is digging in.
They're not meant for
because you're
comfort.
twisting
Have a
your
seat.
arm.
I'm asking you, please just loosen it. I'm not going to fight. Damn. I just want to lose. It hurts. It's right there.
So once I get her in and take off, we'll take off. I just want to wait till.
I just want to make sure
He doesn't. He's not well. He's not supposed to have any. He says he's not got any. He had his FOID card revoked. I've talked about it a couple of times. This is part of the ups and downs that we've dealt with on every single occasion.
Does that door say insane asylum?
It sure does.
I was trying to be nice.
Intergalactic Trump, you called it. They have a sign on their door that says insane asylum. You called it.
And come out and talk with you guys. Can somebody call my family, tell them to take the food off the stove that I was cooking so my house doesn't burn down?
The woman and her husband were charged with obstruction, while their daughter was charged with domestic battery and aggravated battery on a peace officer. Shortly thereafter, the husband arrived at the station to surrender himself, and a warrant was issued for the daughter's arrest.
David.
Hey, sorry for my accident.
All right, so listen. I'm going to be straight with you. All right?
Okay.
Based on the circumstances that took place out there, okay, you're also going to be charged with obstructing. Okay? So we're going to take you into custody, take you in the back, get you printed, get you knocked out. You'll talk to Officer Hancock, get your statement done, and then you guys are going to be released. Okay?
I understand.
So if you want to throw your phone in your pocket for now, put your hands back here.
Yep.
David, I will say that I appreciate you waiting until you calm down to come up here.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know what your temper looks like, and I can tell that you absolutely waited to come up here until you were chill. And I appreciate that.
No problem. I got money in the pocket.
You're all right. I don't really care. You're good. We just gotta.
We're gonna process you. You're both gonna get tickets and out the door.
Guys, okay, I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed it not because of the outcome, but I enjoyed it because of it's like I don't know what is more satisfying, okay? Yeah, it was something else. Now, I'm trying to put my finger on why I enjoyed this one in particular. Okay, all the other ones were nice, but this one was more like, let me see. On one hand, I feel like I enjoyed it because it's not the same narrative that certain people, in the black community would say, oh, it's always black people who get arrested. We've seen body cam with shots of black people getting arrested, and we've seen a whole family of insane people getting arrested. Okay, so we don't have two-tier policing, okay, here. Like we're seeing the body cam footage that essentially details everything that the police does to de-escalate, but when it escalates, they have to follow procedure. Maybe one day we're going to see body cam footage that goes sideways and the police are in the wrong. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, Gardening says that one was something else, and also said, must admit, I was disappointed no taser was used. Well, it was good that no taser was used if the girl was actually pregnant, okay? They used the pregnancy card. And if she was pregnant, that wouldn't have been so good for her or the fetus, and that wouldn't have been nice, okay? We believe that life begins at conception. So for the people out there who don't believe that life begins at conception, they would go ahead and tase the girl. Okay, that's what that worldview means. Let's see. Oh, you mean on the mom? Huh. Well, you only use a taser on someone who's being extremely violent. I've seen some body cam footage over the weekend. There's one that I saw. It was interesting. It was interesting. Gardening, you are allowed to joke. All right, you are allowed to joke. All right, guys. This was fun. Thanks for sticking around. If you're if you love the fact that we're including body cam footage, okay, give us some feedback. Some of you, tend to watch and not say much, but look, guys, this is a show. We try to make it as well-rounded as possible. I hope we were able to give you some good news today. Yes, we talked about a lot of things that's happening on the Democrat Party side. That is kind of good news for the Republican Party. If the Democrats are essentially eating themselves alive from the inside, it's good news. But then again, it doesn't mean that that the Republican Party should be complacent and simply think that the battle is won. There's a lot of work still to be done. You still have the rhinos in the Republican Party that essentially is trying to hobble every advantage that the Republican Party has. So there's a lot of work to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Intergalactic Trump, thank you. And then Gardening, thank you as always for holding down the chat. And then tonight, I would say tonight's MVP, and I'm just going to be very honest, is JM21999. You gave tons of commentary tonight. And we appreciate it. And then Tony, thank you for hanging out in the chat. You guys rock. Thank you so much for taking the time and just hanging out with me to take a look at these stories. I do appreciate all of the effort you put into engaging and simply spending time with me every night. Tomorrow we're going to be back again at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you don't know what our schedule is, that's when we live stream Sundays to Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern. I also want to recognize the lurkers. You beautiful people out there who are shy and you just want to maintain your privacy. I see you. I recognize that we live in a world where there are lots of weirdos out there who don't want to engage in civil discourse. And so you want to keep your identity as private as possible. So I get it. But thank you for hanging out and watching the show along with us. So thank you guys for being here. And I want to leave one more announcement. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. Now, again, on the 3rd of July, we're going to be having a patriotic live stream. Now, usually we open the live stream with confrontations that essentially expose the hypocrisy or the ignorance of leftists. And then we go into the stories of the day. And then, you're welcome, JM21999. And then we go into something that is more of like a close that might be positive or something that's educational. And then the icing on the cake is the body cam videos. All right. Now, the live stream might be a weird ice cream sundae or a weird combination of flavors like pineapple pizza. I've never had it. Okay, but I don't know anyone who likes it. Okay, I know one person who likes it, a streamer, a creator that I follow, but I don't know how. Does anybody in the chat like pineapple pizza? Okay, let me know in the chat. But for me, it's kind of weird. Okay, so the combination of what we do during the live streams, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you like the variety that we provide. I do want to have you guys give me feedback, suggestions, and tell me, hey, I really like this about the show. I like this other thing about the show. This other thing that you did, I get what you're trying to do, but it didn't land too well. I would love to hear back from you. It helps me to get feedback. And you know what? I am here for you. Okay, I'm here for you, so I would love to hear your feedback. Intergalactic Trump says ham, pineapple, and bacon. Oh, yes. Okay, so I now know another person who loves pineapple pizza. Okay, now, so that's the usual makeup of the show, but for Friday's show, we're doing something patriotic for the 4th of July. And since we can't stream on the 4th of July because a lot of people are going to be hanging out with family, there's going to be tons of things happening. We want to do it on the 3rd, and we don't stream on Saturdays. I want to do something special on Friday. I really need your help, guys. I need your help. So I need you guys to send in clips that would help us kind of frame the patriotic story of the United States. I don't mean copyrighted stories. I mean stories like, let's say if we're doing a body cam footage, something that inspires courage, bravery, something in that vein. If we're looking at news reports, things that essentially portrays the patriotic spirit or America winning, even if we're going to look at the Democrats falling on their faces, it has to be like uplifting in a way to say, hey, there's hope. So I need your help. Okay, guys, I'm just going to put it out there. I need your help. So click the link to join the Discord in the description of this video. Join the Discord and then send in your suggested clips. There's a channel on the Discord where clips are sent in. Send them in. We're going to credit you when we play the clip together on Friday. We want to hang out and just celebrate the United States of America's 250th birthday. Now, I can't believe I totally forgot. Was it yesterday or today that was Elon's 55th birthday? So I totally spaced out. I had this picture of him, his birthday and so on, and I just dropped the ball. So guys, I'm sorry. There's a lot of pressure preparing the show, and things tend to fall through the cracks. But guys, do consider helping out in sending in clips or things that we might be able to look at on Friday to celebrate the United States together. I want to know what you think about that, but we do that in the Discord server. So thank you guys so much. I do appreciate all of the help and all of the love that you guys keep sending. I do appreciate it. Now, this is going to be a good night. And I'll be thinking about you guys. I'll be praying for you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.